This gotta be the weakest episode in Tokyo Revengers, at least for season 3. And to be honest, this is not even that bad of an episode. It was more like all the other episodes, the craziest shit was going on, the craziest shit was happening. And this episode is basically just build up for the next one. This is really what episode 7 is really just build up. But anyways, there's still some stuff we could go over in this episode. First things first, I think Takemichi is gonna be able to persuade his childhood friend. I think eventually he's gonna talk no jutsu to him, and that's how he's gonna get past him to get to Kiseki. I feel that's gonna be the case because Takemichi actually has a mouthpiece, and somehow he's able to connect with people heart to heart, and that's how he wins battles. So I'll probably give it until episode 9. Yeah, probably episode 9 is when Takemichi's gonna finally get through his head that like, yeah, I ain't really trying to fight you. Like, I know you ain't trying to fight me for real either. Like, you're really like my homie for real. Like, I know you actually want to follow me more than Izuna for real. So that's definitely gonna happen. Now with the whole Koko-chan, I see where he's coming from. He's more of an opportunist. He only really cares about like the well-being of Inubi, and other than that, he's just gonna take the best possible scenario, the best situation he could get. So I understand why he was so quick to be with Tenchiku and be like, okay, I'm just gonna get Inubi here and we're all just gonna be fine and chilling, like, you know what I'm saying. But one thing I gotta respect about Inubi, he's the one that actually has the morals, or I should say he's the one that actually stick to what he believes in, I should say, I guess. And the fact that he's sticking to his beliefs, sticking to what he told Takemichi, like, I trust in everything into you, like, that really shows how much the Black Dragons mean to him. And it really shows, now I see that for Koko, the Black Dragons didn't really mean nothing for him. And he doesn't really, I just realized this too, like for Koko, he doesn't really, I think that's why I like Inubi more, is like Koko don't really stand for anything for real. Like he easily submits to whatever situation comes his way. If there's a challenge and you feel like his side is losing, he's gonna switch up real quick. He's very, I guess, two-faced. I don't know if they showed this in the season prior, but I'm trying to remember how why Koko always follows Inubi no matter what, or why he cares about him so much. I kind of forgot, to be honest. But yeah, we'll see in the next episode what happens with these two, what's gonna happen. Can Inubi talk no jutsu him, or they're really gonna have to fight it out and win him over that way? Anyways, I ain't gonna lie to you, before I even continue, the transitions in this episode was pretty trash. Like, let's be real, like the way it was just like it had to fade out and then fade back in. I think it did that like 3 times. I was like, what the hell? I was like, they usually have smoother transitions, but the fact that they had to do that 3 times, I was like, okay, man. Now the way Tomon pulled up, I was expecting a badass scene. You know, I felt like the music choice wasn't really hidden either. You know, it was all right. I was expecting something like crazier. I don't know. I can't really tell you what idea I had in mind, but it was not what this episode presented. Now, continuing on with what actually happened in this episode, when he's talked about the whole Vanguard fight, I really thought that like they were about to give him a fighting chance, and then everybody's about to run the ones and like have an opponent to choose from. But that was just like a one-time thing, which is good, because I was like, damn, they did all this work to take out all the strongest fighters in Tomon just to, you know, not annihilate them when the rest come along. So I'm glad that was the case. But ain't gonna lie, this plot armor moment was actually crazy. The fact that this dude just happened to be, oh yeah, like he actually is like one of the strongest for real, like in the low, like in low key, man. Like, that's crazy to me. The writers desperately needed someone very strong to be part of this fight before Mikey or Jarkin comes, because like they said, like they took out majority of the strongest fighters, so the writers needed to pull off something. Oh yeah, one thing I'm glad that Takemichi, he's thinking about what he did, or I shouldn't say what he did, but what Kiseki did to Emma, and the fact that it was his fault. I'm glad that he's thinking about that and that's stuck in his head, because that moment really impacted a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that it's haunting him right now and giving him that morale boost. But for real though, this is the real question. How is Takemichi really gonna reach to Kiseki? Cause you see in the way he's fighting, you see the way Chifuyu has to bail him out and all the other characters have to bail him out anytime like a little minion stops him. Like, oh my god, they're already outnumbered. Like how much plot armor is the writers gonna pull for Takemichi to get to Kiseki? Because a lot of things gotta go Takemichi's way for him to even reach the Kiseki. So we'll see. Like I said in my last video, I think episode 9 is when Draken and Mikey's gonna appear. I feel it like to the core that's gonna be the episode. That's probably gonna be, I'll say that's gonna be a top 2 or 3 episode. I think episode 9 is gonna be up there. That's my prediction. But yeah, but like I said in the beginning, this episode is really just build up for episode 8. So I can only really give my predictions to episode 8. So thinking about what's gonna happen for episode 8, I don't know how Chifuyu's gonna beat this gorilla dude for real. I wonder how many fights, like is Toman really gonna win all their one-on-ones against their big 4? Is that gonna happen? I don't know. I feel like that's too typical anime. You know, you're part of the protagonist side, so of course your teammates, your side characters are gonna win their ones. But I don't know, that's too generic. That's just too cliche. I think it should be like half and half, like some win their fights, half of them lose. But we'll see. You let me know what you think. What's your predictions for episode 8? And also how you feel about this episode. You know, is this the weakest episode of the season? I think it is, but that just shows how great the other episodes were, you know, because it's not even a bad episode. Like I said in the beginning, it's not even a bad episode. It's just the other episodes just has something, you know what I'm saying? They had something to it. They had that extra punch, you know. So yeah, you let me know in the comment section down below. Anyways, I think I'm dragging this video way longer than it needed to be. I think it wasn't really too much to talk about, you know. So yeah, like and subscribe, and let's see what happens in episode 8.